Hi guys, how have you all been? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Pulkit. Now before starting this video, I would want to apologize for not being able to put a video for about 2 months now. It's just that I've had an examination on 9th of November, so I was kind of occupied. Now this video is going to be about a very serious issue, which is mental health. And in this video, I wanted to do this video since long, but I was a bit unsure. But today I think I just wanted to, speak about it with you people, and I wanted to tell that it is okay if you feel a certain way. Sometimes you know that something is going wrong, something is not going well, but you don't know what is it that isn't going well. So I've had this feeling, and I coped up with it. So I just thought it would be a helpful video for people out there who might be facing issues like this. So this video would be a long one, so let's get started. So I just want to talk about my journey. I think it started when I was a child. When I was in 5th grade, my dad absconded us. So my mother, me and my sister were left alone, and then my nana and nani did all my upbringing. So I've always lived with my nana and nani, my mom, my sister, ever since my childhood. So I grew up with them, and I learned every single thing in life from them. So they've been like my parents, and unfortunately I lost my nana last year. But it was the virtue of him that has made me the person I am today. Now the thing is, when I was a child, I was not conventionally very strong. I did not like to play sports. I did not like to go out and run a lot. So in my school, when there were games period, I usually used to go in the library and read some books because I enjoyed that. And I never liked playing sports. And my mom, my relatives, my friends, and they told me that I should play something because I should do things which technically boys did. And at that point of time, these things kind of they mattered. And I felt a bit uneasy because of that. I thought I'm unable to do basic things boys are supposed to do. I mean, I did not like sports. How can I not like sports? How can I not like football? How can I not like cricket? How can I not like playing cricket and football? So and I was kind of made fun because of that in my school. But it did not matter a lot. It mattered a little bit, but it did not matter a lot. And I told all these things to my mom and my nana and nani. And at that point of time, it wasn't a very big deal. They thought that they're kids, and a bit fun, a bit jokes, and all will be sorted. But after a few years, I think when I was in 8th grade, I was made fun because of my voice in school, because my voice wasn't masculine enough or very strong enough. So and again, that bothered me, but that did not bother me a lot. Now when I was in school, I liked studying. So I really liked to study. I loved to get good grades, and I liked working hard for that. So it was something which I actually liked. It was kind of a forte for me. Apart from studying, I also loved to speak and read and write. So I loved reading anything in English. I loved English as a language. I love to read English novels, English poetries, and I liked watching English movies. Apart from this speaking and writing, I also like to sketch and design outfits on paper, and I one fine day wanted to design them in reality. So what happened when I reached 11th standard, I started to feel very, very uneasy at certain points of time. And the problem was, I did not even know why was I feeling them. At some sometimes I randomly used to get some anxiety attacks, and I did not even know why was that happening. Why did that happen? So that became a mess. I was a mess when I was in 11th and 12th grade, and I did not know that if there's someone with whom I could talk about it. I told these feelings and these things to a few of my friends, but at that point of time, no one really understood what was wrong with me, because I myself did not understand what was wrong with me. So I was a mess when I was in 11th and 12th standard. And when there were 12th board examinations, I could not do well. In fact, I did terrible. And when the results of the 12th boards were announced, I was shattered because I scored terrible. And I was somebody who liked academics. I was somebody who liked studying. And I thought, if I could not do well in something which is my forte, which I like, what am I gonna do in life? And that, I think that was something that sank me even more. It was like I was going inside an abyss, and I was going deeper and deeper and deeper without even knowing what am I right now. I was so blank, so numb, that I could not even think, I could not even feel anything, and I was a mess during that point of time. So over here, a lot of things got multiplied. I was already feeling very uneasy. I was already not feeling well, and I did not know what was wrong with me. And my results were out, and they were horrible. So after that, my mom and a lot of relatives, my nana and nani, were so worried that now what's gonna happen? Now what am I gonna do? And I, on the other hand, was completely numb. I could not even think, what am I gonna do next? So in that hustle and bustle, a lot of relatives and people told my mom that you should think about engineering from any college. At least that way there's a surety of a job. And that happened. Engineering happened. I got admission in a private engineering college, and again I joined it because people thought that there was nothing else that I could do. And my mom was so much worried that she thought that it's the best thing to do to get him into a college right now. And she did not want to give me a chance at that point of time to take a break of a year or so, because she thought that I was not in my senses, and she thought that I was on the wrong path. She thought that I was my inclination towards studies, I've been deviated from there. And now I need to get into a college, and I need to get away from home. So that happened, engineering happened, and then I entered college. And then college life happened. When I entered college, I was a very immature person, and I realized one thing, that I did not value myself. So here's a number one learning that I want to give each and everybody out there. You have to learn to value yourself. Unless and until you value yourself, no one is going to value you. And I also realized that I valued myself as other people valued me. So I was always on the verge of making people happy. I wanted to be friends with one person and then friends with the other person, and I did everything to make them like me. And I never ever understood my values, and my happiness was dependent upon what other people thought about me, what other people thought, and what other people felt about me. And I think that's a complete mess. That's the scene of my first year. And I was always unhappy, I was always lonely, always silent. Until now, I did not even know that what was wrong with me. There was something inside me which was constantly troubling me. Still used to get anxiety attacks, but I did not even know what was wrong with me. So 11th, 12th, and my first year of college, 3 years, I suffered all of this. And I did not talk to anybody about it seriously. However, when I was in my college, one or two people understood this thing, that there is something wrong with me. And then I talked to my mom about it, and then I started talking. I did nothing, I just talked. And I think the biggest game changer in my life has been participating in events. So when I was in college, I used to take part in like tons of events. I used to take part in debate competitions, extempore competitions, mock parliaments, and creative writing competitions. I even tried singing competitions as well. And I also opened up a fashion society in my college. I'll add some pictures over here. We created the outfits, created the props, and I loved sketching and designing. And now I was actually bringing them to life, and that was so much fun. We choreographed the entire fashion show, and we put up a show together. We went to a lot other colleges, and I was so occupied, and I started enjoying, and I started feeling happy. So These things, when I did all these things, I realized that, I'm so good at certain things. I could do, I did great in my academics. I did great in debate competitions and literary competitions. I did great in the fashion competitions as well. So I was always occupied with work, and that made me feel so much valued. I started valuing myself. So, number one, as I told you, you have to value yourself. Sometimes you can't realize it right away. Sometimes it takes time to realize that you need to value yourself. But it's okay. You don't have to rush. It's Life is not a race. You don't always have to fight to reach a certain destination. You have to learn to enjoy every single day in life, because if you do not enjoy the journey, how can you enjoy the destination? You have to enjoy the journey of life. And when I started winning all these competitions, I felt good, I felt great, and I realized that there's so much more to me. And I started feeling happy. I talked about it with my mom, and then things automatically started, to change. I wanted to quit using my habit of using phone 24/7, and instead of doing it directly, I started shifting it. Remember, if you want to change a habit, you have to slide things down. It's not like a toggle switch that you'll immediately turn on and off. Habits are not made like this, and habits are not formed like this. So what I did was I started watching some positive content on YouTube. Slowly and slowly, when I woke up in the morning, I started to resist using phone, and I started going out and walk around for a while, watch the skies, the plants, the trees. I just wanted to get away from using phone, and it took a while. After college got over, I realized that after college end, you only have a few friends, real friends in your life, and they're not friends, they're family actually. So that happened with me as well. I realized who true people are, and those people are there who uplift you. So, as I said, number one thing which was important was to value yourself. Number two, to have a vision in life. Do not be meaningless. Number three, you have to surround yourself with people who uplift you, who tell you that you're capable enough of doing this. And the last thing which I think has made me a very positive person and has helped me fight and cope up with mental illness is being thankful. Earlier I used to complain a lot that people around me are not good. I do not have good friends. My situation is not very good. But now I learned that you have to be thankful for what you have, so that you can get more things that you will be thankful for. I believe a lot in the law of attraction, and the moment I started believing in the law of attraction, my life has become a lot better. I learned about the law of attraction when I was in final year of my college. I've had a mentor, Shamaila ma'am, who taught us about the law of attraction. And I think the moment she introduced me to the law of attraction, I've become a fan of that law, and I try to apply it in every single aspect of my life, and that has made me very, very, very happy. And a lot of my mental illness feelings, mental illness thoughts have been detoxified, and yeah, I am a very optimistic and a positive person today because of that. So I think if you follow these things, you are certainly going to cope up with it. And it's okay, sometimes you feel restless, sometimes you feel uneasy, and you don't even know why you're feeling that. It's all right. Take a deep breath. Take certain deep breaths rather than getting yourself distracted by using social media. Go outside, watch the beauty of nature, watch plants. And from plants, remember one more thing. Now what I've done is, if I want to take a break from studies, I read any good book. And when I am not feeling well, I'd like to read a contemporary book. And I've started gardening as well. Now in my lawn I've planted some plants, some seeds as well. And I wake up every morning, and the first thing that I do is I go over there and I look at those seeds. And when you see the seeds become saplings, and you water them, you provide them with fertilizer, you provide them with the proper sunlight, you make sure that okay, it's a great feeling, and it's a perfect way to distract yourself and to take a break. It was my experience with mental health, you guys, and how I coped up with it. Sometimes I still feel very restless, but I think it has become very rare. But when I do, I just go to my mom, I hug her, and I talk to her about it. And we talk and we talk and we talk about how am I going to build an entire empire for her. And I talk about what other things that I'm going to provide to her. I talk to my sister and we talk about our dreams, and we talk about beautiful dreams we have. And we talk about how much we love working, how much workaholic do we want to become, and how much workaholic have we already become. And it's great. The restlessness, the uneasy feeling automatically fades away. And sometimes I just go to my garden and watch the flowers and the plants. Sometimes I just take up a good book and I read. So right now I'm reading a book by Jessica Brody, which is called The Chaos of Standing Still. I'm loving that book. So yeah, I do all these things and I am coping and I am doing really fine. So if you believe that this video will be helpful to a person who is, feeling something like this, I think you can definitely share this video with your friends. And if you have, any experience that you would want to share, or any comment or any feedback that you would want to talk and share, you can most certainly type that in the comment section. And that would be a great way to start up an amazing conversation. And yeah, that would be all. I hope I was able to add a bit value to your life. And yeah, that would be about it. See you next week. Until then, bye bye, take care, keep reading, stay positive, stay happy.